Welcome to Imagination TV, week 13, episode 57, featuring youngsters on the theme of change.
I'm Tarneesha.
What I want to get out of co-hosting today is obviously being on the internet again. Showcase mine and Tarneesha's hosting skills and hopefully learn a little bit about our culture.
So the theme of this episode is change, and change, everyone goes through change. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but we all live through change, and it's what turns us into the person we are today.
Thanks so much for that introduction, Jackson and Tarneesha. I think we can tick a couple of the things that you want to get out of today off the list already. One being on the internet, done, and showcasing your hosting skills, definitely. So I'll be throwing to you guys throughout the show to show us your leadership skills and your hosting skills. So have fun with the show. reflections from yesterday's show. We had a really good day yesterday. We opened the discussion on change with our thinkers panel, and we highlighted some key areas where we could introduce the knowledge of elders into education to increase the outcomes of students in marginalised communities. We also had Sarah Meredith from Global Citizen join us, and she took up our 60-second challenge. She also reflected on change and how to begin implementing it in your community. She said the most powerful way to start creating change was to tell your story, be vulnerable, to share who you are, what you've been through, and how you would like the world to be. She also said having the courage to share your story and don't let other people's perspective of that story get in the way of sharing it. So that was a really good tip from yesterday. So now it's back to our co-hosts Jackson and Tarneesha, and they're going to introduce us to the principal and kick into the 60-second principal challenge.
Alright, so our principal, Mr. Goodwin, yeah, just want to know what you think of AIM and just what you think of AIM.
And like Tani said, what do you think of AIM and the message it supports?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So my name's Kurt Goodwin. I'm the principal at North Rocky High. So I've been here since the beginning of the year, and I'm really enjoying the opportunity to be here with all of our students. The AIM program is an amazing program that helps support our students' development into the young leaders that we want them to become. And yeah, really excited to be here today with you both.
It's great, sir. How are you feeling about being on the show today?
Yeah, really excited. A bit like Jackson, haven't been on YouTube before, so big too, Jackson.
Okay, so here we go with the first question. What is your perfect idea of happiness?
So my perfect idea of happiness would have to be spending time with my family. I've got 2 young girls, and just spending time with them as a family, and doing some of the things we like, which is getting outdoors.
Oh, too deadly.
So what do you consider your greatest achievement in life?
My greatest achievement, I'd have to say it still goes back to my family, and having 2 daughters who they're intelligent and witty young girls, and I think they have to be by far my greatest achievement so far.
That's great to know, sir. That's really good.
Which living person do you most admire?
Yeah, it's a hard one. I've probably got 2 people who I really do admire, but I'll have to go to my mother. So she managed to raise 3 boys, and has had to deal with a lot of different things in her life, and she's a bit of an inspiration for me about what you can do if you persevere and you actually just love and value the things that you're doing at that point in time in your life.
Yep. That's really good insight, sir.
Great job, guys. And Mr. Goodwin, thank you very much for joining us today and supporting the work we do. Just before you go, I would like to highlight the adaptability and the skills that your co-hosts are doing today. I actually skipped through a whole segment of introducing the audience, and they just rolled with it. So my bad, Jackson and Tarneesha. I'll throw back to you guys to introduce the live audience in your school and tell the audience who's in our classroom today.
Yeah, we've got all the deadly kids there.
All the deadly mob.
We've got Lanisha.
We've got Tamika.
Charlena.
Sizzava.
Sarika.
Jaden.
Shantika.
Khalil.
And Kalana.
Like we said, deadly mob.
And how's the live audience feeling about being here today?
We're good.
Good, that's good. Anything you guys would like to get out of the episode? How do you think your principal went with the 60-second challenge? Pretty good. And we've got a score out of 10 for Jackson and Tarneesha for their co-hosting skills.
Yeah.
What do we give them?
10.
Tens all around. I agree. All right, guys, I promise I'll stick to the run sheet from now on, make it a lot easier for me as well. We are now going to go into our wizardry section. We have a pre-record who will be sharing their knowledge from wizardry in magic, and this is Wazza Leonard.
G'day guys, my name is Wazza. Oh, my real name is Warwick, but everyone calls me Wazza. I'll give you a little bit of info. I'm a cafe owner, and I'm going to show you a few little tricks today, things that make people smile, make them laugh. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. This one's it's a trick for everyone, but it looks really good when you do it right. So basically I've got two cards. You colour on one side, blank on the other. What you do is you bring the colours together. We go 1, 2, 3. And the colours on the other side. So I'll show you that one more time and then I'll show you how to do it. So you bring the cards together, it's just 1, 2, 3. Now what we do, so you can practice this at home, is we bring the cards together like we did, but when we take them out, we swap them over. Easiest trick in the book, but looks really good. The other way you can do it is you bring them together, colours facing in, and you just blow on them, and it's done. So that's number one. So you'll be able to practice that one at home. The next one is, I'm going to get a fork and a spoon, I'm going to get a matchstick, and I'm going to balance that right on the edge of the glass. And you're going to think, how is that possible? But when you try it at home, you'll realise that gravity and physics kick in. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, I've got a fork and a spoon, and I'm going to balance it right on the very tip of this glass. Just got to make sure I get it right. And it's done. As you can see, it's moving around. And you think, how is that possible? This one you're going to have to try at home to work out how it's possible. But it looks awesome. And if you're good enough, if you've got a drink, you can actually pick it up and have a drink. The third trick I'm going to show you, and you're going to have to come in again, is a bit of static electricity in matches. So you get a match, and you've got a match on the bench. We give it a bit of a rub on our shoulder, and then we just bring it together, and it jumps. So my message to you today is, be like me, make people laugh, make people smile. There's enough sadness, there's enough gloom and doom. Let's just try and make the world a better place. Thanks.
What a beautiful message there from Wazza. What do you think, Tarneesha and Jackson? Maybe put in a request for a magician at our next program day in Rocky?
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be
Go on
pretty good to see.
Good. Guys, we've got some comments coming in from the chat line. Pumping you guys up. Brianna Saltner said, loving the co-host background, so colourful, and they've got lights in the background too. Of course we do, Brie, we're coming out of the imagination factories. And Maddie Leonard said, the teamwork here is incredible, loving this episode. And we also had Taida saying, fantastic hosting skill, guys. And a bunch of comments coming in saying, what a great job you guys are doing. So we're going to throw to the live audience as well. How do you guys feel about the video that we just saw? Maybe get some magic into some next program days, or a bit more magic. I know you've got one of the biggest magic makers, ARNA-LEIGH, as your program manager. Yeah, cool. We'll jump on to the next section. If you guys didn't know, we're building a new imagination. We're building a new nation called Imagination, and every week we're giving the keys to kids who are ready to lead. We're going to go through some presidential speeches now, and we'll throw to a quick video before we jump in to introduce the students that are giving those speeches today.
I want to get our homeless people off the street.
I want to see a future where education is free.
Today, we ask you to imagine what's possible.
So today, giving speeches, we have Reggie with us. Reggie, how are you feeling?
Yeah, good.
That's good. Are you, what kind of president would you like to be?
I don't know.
That's right, maybe you can tell us in your speech. Are you ready to go?
Leader. Yeah.
Awesome, stage is all yours.
What is change? Change for me is about doing something different. Change is about having dreams and inspiration about what and how you see yourself in the future. Change can be tough, change can be quick, sometimes changes take a long time. Change can make your life better or worse. If you make a change for the better, then life will and can only get better. If change for you is the worst, then you can learn from those bad mistakes and then make a change and make things better. Change is forever evolving. The only thing we as people can do is make the decisions to change or not.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Reggie. I think you hit on some really important topics on that. Like, change is tough. Once you identify what you want to change, like what are the steps that you need to take to get change, and it does take a long time. So having that staying power to drive, like, go for what it is that you believe in. Yeah, really great points. Thanks for sharing. Next up, we have JENAE. How are you feeling?
Good. Nervous.
Nervous. Yeah, that's good. It's normal. What type of president would you like to be?
A fair one.
Fair one. That's a good answer. All right, stage is all yours. Let's hear what you got to say.
Change is something that can motivate people to change themselves or change the world. Change can make you accomplish things you've always wanted to do in life. It's like riding a roller coaster. Change starts off by changing yourself. It's simple things like changing the way you eat or changing the way you talk to people. It's like the saying, when people change, the world changes. Change can be good and it can be bad, but it is all in the mindset and it is all up to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that, JENAE. Yeah, the world changes when people change. And I think a really good point is, like, how do you get people to change? Like, sharing your stories, I know, is like one of the things that we touched on at the top of the episode. And that's not always easy. Like, sometimes that can be scary as well. So thank you guys for coming in and sharing your stories today. I think you did an incredible job. If we can get the live audience to take themselves off mute, and we'll give you guys a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we might skip the live audience applause, and we'll go to our awesome co-hosts to introduce the next section. Over to you, Jackson and Tarneesha.
Thank you. Oh, that was a deadly speech, you guys. It was good. Yeah, we're going into failure time now.
At AIM, failure time exists to create imaginative kids who are brave enough to fail. It is a direct arrow to the heart of shame. Why is it important to fail? What have you learned through failure time at AM sessions? Or wait, no, never mind.
Yeah, failing is a part of growing up and everything. You're not always going to succeed in life, and if you fail, don't stop. It's just a little bump on the long road. And yeah.
We have some
awesome.
Tarneesha.
Do you guys want to introduce our failure time teacher for the session?
Okay, now introducing our deadly failure time teacher, ARNA-LEIGH.
Hey guys. Good to have you here today in Chaos Classroom for Failure Time. How about I introduce myself to everyone first, and then I'm going to get you guys to introduce yourself to all the viewers. My name is ARNA-LEIGH, and I am an AIM Program Manager working in Rockhampton, Queensland, Australia. Now, over the past few years, I've had the absolute privilege to work and mentor hundreds of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island high school students all over this beautiful state, from Gladstone to Cairns to inland west to towns like Emerald and Blackwater, and beautiful Aboriginal communities such as Woorabinda and Palm Island. But today, I am really excited to be at North Rockhampton State High School, the school that I actually went to school at. Did you guys know that? No. Yeah, so this is my school. I graduated here a long time ago. So I do have a connection, I guess, to this school because I went here for all of my high school years. So first up, welcome to IMAGI-NATION TV. Give yourselves a big round of applause, cheer for being here today. All right, let's go around the classroom and introduce yourself. Just your first name and your grade. And we'll just start with Tarneesha.
Hi, I'm Lanisha and I'm in year 10.
Hi, I'm Shalene and I'm in grade 9. I'm Tamika and I'm in year 10. I'm Shantika and I'm year 9. I'm Saruk and I'm in year 9.
I'm Jade and I'm grade 10.
I'm Kalia, I'm in grade 10.
I'm Kalia, I'm in grade 8.
Thank you. That's it. Awesome, awesome. So Jackson sort of touched on failure a little bit in his intro to us. But I know that most of you have been to AIM, and I know that you're very familiar with the concept of failure time. So Saruka, I know you've had some experience coming to AIM. Can you tell us, or can you answer for me, is it okay to fail?
Yes, because there's no shame at AIM.
Yeah, absolutely. And what happens when we fail, Saruka?
It's okay.
I'll give you a hint. So I think you might have heard me say this at AIM before. When we fail, we
learn.
Yeah. And when we learn, we starts with G. We grow. Yeah, we grow, don't we? We grow and we change. So yeah, so that's why we do failure time, and that's why we're here today to do failure time. So the first thing we're going to do today is a little experiment. So what I'm going to get you all to do, and if the viewers at home want to join us in doing this, even the co-hosts and anyone else that wants to join in, what I want you to do is just in your place there, I just want you to fold your arms. Just fold your arms, just like you normally would, cross your arms. Yep. Everyone feel pretty comfortable with that? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now what I'm going to ask you to do, so I'm going to ask you to change the way your arms are folded, which means whatever arm is on top, whatever hand is on top, you need to change it. Reverse the way you have your arms folded. Now check that you've got it right, because sometimes you can think you've got that right. So let's have a go. Okay, how are we doing with that?
Yeah. It's sort of hard.
Yeah, it is sort of hard. It is. I guess I might go to Lanisha. How did it feel when you were asked to cross your arms the other way? Like, what kind of went through your head? How did that feel?
It felt confusing and unnatural. I definitely had to think twice about it before I done it.
Yeah, absolutely. Tamika, once you had your arms folded the other way, what did that kind of feel like?
like, I don't know, weird.
Kind of weird, yeah? Yeah, absolutely. So I guess I make this point because change can be just like holding our arms experiment, I guess. If we cross them the way that we always do, that we feel natural, if it feels comfortable and pretty easy, right? We don't need to do anything. But as soon as we're asked to change something, the way we do something, it can be hard, it can be challenging, it can be uncomfortable sometimes and even confusing, okay? So raise your hand around the classroom now. Who wants to leave their arms folded the way they always fold them? Who'd prefer to do that? Yeah? And who'd prefer to maybe try and start crossing their arms the other way? No, no one? That's totally fine, and that is totally normal. And I guess that's kind of the lesson of what this initial experiment is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 2 little games we're going to play. The first game we're going to play is, I've called it, it's a custom game, guys, so I know you're going to love this. It's called Change Your Look, okay? So what this is about observing stuff around us. We're going to play a game. So can everyone see me really clearly?
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry. So what I'm going to do is I am going to like disappear like magic off the screen for like 5 seconds. And then I'm going to come back onto the screen. Okay. And what you guys have got to collaboratively do is decide what has changed about me. Yeah? Makes sense? Do you have any questions?
No.
No? Okay. Well, let's just jump straight into it and see how we go. Okay, so I'm going to be gone for 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right. What has changed about me?
Your hat.
Oh, my hat. Absolutely. I think I might have made that one a little bit too easy. So let me do another one. I'm going to keep the same hat on. So as I change, I'm going to keep my changes, okay?
Yeah.
So, are you ready?
Stop laughing.
Your glasses.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to have to make this a little harder. All right, okay, I've got one here. All right, ready? Oh my gosh, this is a bit harder, this one. Am I giving it away? Am I making noise?
Yes.
What's changed?
Your necklace.
Oh, my necklace, you got it. Okay, well, let's do one more final one. This is going to be the hardest of all. So stay with me. All right, what's changed?
Your earrings?
No, not close.
Did you check your watch?
I couldn't change my earrings that fast.
Your watch? No, she's got a watch on.
No, give up. I just gave it away. Hint.
Your shoes. Your shirt? No?
Your hair?
I don't know. Because you have earphones in.
Yeah. Give up. I had a pen in my hat. I know I'm pretty magic, but that's a pen in my hat. And I've just thought of one more thing, and this is going to get you. So this is going to be, you have to really, really watch here, okay? You have to really, really concentrate. I'm going to go. Right. Last one. What's changed?
I don't know. Did you take your earrings out?
No, no, close. This is really hard. So this is a really, think outside the box here.
How you standing? Something in the background? Yeah. On her body.
All right, I'll let you in. I'll let you know. That last one, I actually didn't change anything, but I changed it. I changed something more inside of me. Okay? I changed something more inside of me, and that you really can't see. So it was kind of a trick. So I kind of tricked you guys. So I hope you don't mind. We're still friends, right?
Yeah.
You know, I tricked you into that last one. But I guess what the point is, there's a point behind it, that sometimes change can be seen, and we can see it, and it's obvious. But sometimes change is not so obvious, is it? It's much more subtle. Sometimes change can happen within us, inside us, and people can't necessarily physically see that change happening. So I guess Jaden, I want to ask Jaden, because Jaden, you there?
Yeah.
What do you think we can learn from this activity about change? Just a really simple activity such as this.
We can't change what we don't know, but we can change what we can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good answer. Really good answer. That's exactly right. So it's about learning to be observant and aware of what's going on around us so that we can decide the changes that we want to make, right? We can notice the things that maybe don't work so well in our school or in our communities, and then we can actually take action and make a change. All right, so we're going to move into our last failure time activity, which is the main activity of today, and this is where it gets really fun. So you guys have done amazing so far. So our last game is called Stories of Change, and now we know the importance of stories. Stories are how we know anything about everything that has ever happened in the past. We read books of stories, we watch movies of stories. But now today, at this point, I want to focus on our personal stories, our own stories, the ones that we write every day with every choice and every action and decision that we make. Because each of us is an author. And I don't know whether we always realize that. So with each change and experience, interaction, we create our story every day, page by page. So today, well, actually, who's heard of awesome stories from their grandparents or parents?
Yeah.
Who's ever heard of stories? Yeah? Who enjoys listening to the stories of their grandparents, perhaps, or their parents, or aunties and uncles? Yeah? All right. Well, we're going to practice being authors today. We're going to create a story together. So this story is going to start like this. Okay. If I let out, this is what I'm going to say. I became the Prime Minister of Australia and I took to Parliament House A, and then you are going to finish the sentence with something, an item. And I'm going to give you a theme to work with, okay? So to give you a heads up, the first theme is going to be something beginning with T. Okay, so everything that you pick is going to be something beginning with T. So we're going to start with Tarneesha, or start with me. So I'm going to say, I became Prime Minister of Australia and I took to Parliament House a tea towel. And then Tarneesha is going to actually say, you lead out, Tarneesha, what would you say? I became the Prime Minister of Australia.
Prime Minister of Australia.
And I took to Parliament House
I took to the Parliament House a teacher.
A teacher. But first, you've got to say what I took as well. So you've got to say a tea towel and then add your new thing, a teacher. Cool? We get that? Give me a thumbs up, guys. We get that?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so let's start from the top. I became Prime Minister of Australia and I took to Parliament House a tea towel. Go, Tarneesha.
I became Prime Minister of Australia. I took to the Parliament House a towel. Tea towel and a teacher.
Awesome. Okay, next.
I became Prime Minister of Australia and I took to Parliament House a tea towel, a teacher, and a tennis ball. I became the Prime Minister of Australia and I took to Parliament and I took a tea towel, a teacher, a tennis ball, and a tennis racket.
Nice one. I like that. Next one.
I became Prime Minister of Australia. I became Prime Minister of Australia, and I took to Parliament, a teacher, a tennis ball, a tennis ball, a tennis racket, and toast.
Did you say toast?
Yeah.
Yeah, toast. Toast is it. Toast is good. Let's go. Next.
Yeah, I became Prime Minister of Australia, and I took to Parliament with everyone else. A teacher, tennis ball, tennis racket, toast, a tablecloth.
A tablecloth. Okay, we're going to pause right there for a second. We're going to change the theme. We've got to keep all of the stuff we've taken so far, but for the next person, we're going to change the theme to a person that you value or is important to you. Could be someone famous, it could be not someone famous that you're going to take to Parliament House. So next person, let's do it.
I became Prime Minister of Australia and took the Parliament House. A tea towel. Oh wait, do I have to?
No,
yeah. A tea towel, teacher, tennis ball, tennis racket, toast, tablecloth, and my mum.
My mum?
Yeah.
That's a perfect answer, Jaden. I think you've just pleased your mum to no end. All right, let's move on to the next one.
I became Prime Minister and took Parliament House. A teacher, tea towel, teacher, tennis ball, tennis racket, toast, and table towel, and
Jaden's mum.
Jaden's mum. And Jaden's mum.
And then you can say something.
My nephew.
Your nephew, awesome. I think we got one more, haven't we?
Yeah.
I went to Parliament House.
I became Prime Minister of Australia.
I became Prime Minister of Australia, and I took to the Parliament House a tea towel, a teacher, tennis ball, tennis racket, toast, a tablecloth, Jane's mum, Khalil's nephew,
And you took what you picked.
And what was that?
Yeah, let's just do Justin Bieber.
Awesome. Guys, that's a really simple game that we're playing, and we could continue playing that around, but time beats us, unfortunately. But I guess a couple of things out of that. Shantika, what was hard about that game? What kind of skills did you have to use while playing that game that we just played?
Memory skills?
Yeah? Specifically, something you found hard perhaps? What was the hardest thing?
To remember what they all said.
To remember, yeah, trying to do two things at once maybe. I always get stuck doing that. Trying to think about what I'm going to say next and remember what everyone else is saying perhaps in this story that we're creating together. Khalil, well actually, first before I go to you, Khalil, I guess I want to say stories matter. We have power over our own narratives and stories, and we can change our stories at any time. And the stories that we tell ourselves will shape our futures. So if we tell ourselves every day that we are not good enough, well, that will become our story. Khalil, tell me something that you want to see in your story in the coming years.
We could earn a real good job where I can make 6 figures a year, own a house, own a boat, and yeah, become a support worker, help them.
Nice. I like it. And Kalia, what's a new story or a word or phrase perhaps that you are going to start telling yourself today, okay, to help you create the future that you want?
I am proud of myself and smart. I get
Yeah. Did that feel a little uncomfortable saying that?
Yeah.
A little bit. The more you say it, I promise you, the easier that becomes. So basically, that's the end of class today, guys. I don't have any more time, but I had a lot of fun. Did you guys have a lot of fun?
Yes.
Yeah. We had a bit of fun. We had a bit of chaos, a bit of magic, my disappearing act, bit of failure in there. You guys helped each other and collaborated when other people were kind of failing and forgetting. And hopefully we had a bit of learning there as well, because learning can be fun, and learning is fun. I'm really incredibly proud of all of you today for coming into class with me. And to finish off, I just want to finish off with one little quote from someone named Tupac. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you familiar? He says, we're going to make a change. It's time for us as a people to start making some changes. Let's change the way we eat, let's change the way we live, and let's change the way we treat each other. You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to make the change. So guys, go forward, be the change that you want everyone, that you want to see. We are out here at Chaos Classroom. Steph, Beck, Jackson, back to you guys.
Amazing job, Anna. I think we all had a lot of fun watching that. We've got a stack of comments coming in from the chat line. Rianne Miller saying, love this session, Anna. Sachem, I think Anna is failure time master. Yes, we agree. Loving this failure time session from Sharice Jackson, and also the message and the lessons behind it. Marley saying that she wished she had Anna as one of her mentors in high school, and lots of other really good comments about how engaging it was. And I think it was incredible to see you link an activity with being uncomfortable, because we know that change includes being uncomfortable, and knowing that those are moments of growth as well. So thanks, Anna, for joining us and running an incredible failure time session today. So Jackson and Tarneesha, how do you feel about failure time?
It was pretty insightful.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I enjoyed it a lot. I was actually getting some messages from Anna as well from my own personal. So, you know, you've got mentors around you everywhere, and sometimes they're the people that you work with, your teachers, or maybe even CEOs of big organisations. Our next section is a pre-recorded video, and during the time of COVID, we give the stage to kids from all around the world to send us a diary of how they are being brave in the times of COVID. So we're going to throw to Josh Cunningham, and he is a student in America, and we're going to hear what he has to say.
Hello, my name is Joshua Cunningham, and what I like to do during this COVID-19 quarantine is to make trains out of cardboard and other models of like big buildings, such as the Twin Towers back in the 2000s and the 90s. And I like to watch videos of trains. Sometimes I go outside with my mask, my face mask on, and my gloves, those plastic hospital gloves, and I go out and take videos of trains and stuff like that. Cool. And also some buses, because some buses are part of transit too, and someday I want to work for the MTA, New York City Transit, because I want to drive the #1 train. And yeah.
Awesome.
That's it.
Awesome.
That's it.
Great message there coming through from Josh Cunningham. And I just want to quickly throw it back to our co-hosts for today to see if you guys learnt anything, or if you want to share with us any special moments that happened during the show before we kick out.
First of all, I want to send a shout out to Josh Cunningham. You too deadly, my brother.
Yeah, keep up the great work, you know, keep pursuing your dream and you'll get to it one day. Overall, it was pretty deadly today, seeing everyone do failure time like that. And
Yeah, thanks so much for that. I also want to thank your school, North Rockhampton State High School, for joining us, your principal, and also the kids in the live audience. You did a really incredible job today. Looked like you guys had a lot of fun. And also, I just want to acknowledge the work that our co-hosts put in. I threw them a curveball early in the show. They adapted, ran with it, total professionals. I'd love to have you guys back sometime in the future. And thanks for leading the way and showing us what young people are capable of when we give them the stage. Just a message for all the mentees that could be watching, just know that even though we walk with you every step of the way as mentors, it's you guys in the program that are doing all the hard work. And if you don't like the way that the world is, then keep looking for ways to change it. That's it from all of us today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, same place and same time.
Thank you.
Thank you.